Hey, welcome everybody to Big Gaucho's stock and investing show that's completely out of pocket to help put money in your pocket. Once again, I'm Austin back with the boys.
What's up, everybody? It's T Money. Tyler, let's get it.
Dave here again, and I hope everyone is having, wait for it, a great Friday.
Oh my God, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. that's a new tradition we have here on the show. Ooh, what isn't a tradition is how crazy this news cycle is. Dave, you want to kick it off for us? You got your first story?
Yeah, so you guys may hear that the House is voting on a new bill. It's called the HEROES Act bill, and they just voted on it today in the House of Representatives, and it narrowly passed the chamber with a 208 for yes against a 199 for no. It kind of ended up voting along party lines with congressional Democrats pretty much unanimously voting yes, and Republicans voting no, essentially. There were a couple people who broke party lines, but for the most part, they kind of stuck to their own party. Um, this is a very interesting bill because it has about a $3 trillion relief measure, um, which would include providing more paychecks for people, for American citizens who are out of work. And it would also provide funding for essential workers to get increased pay for hazard pay.
That's really interesting that they had a majority vote when you would think that the majority would be more fiscally conservative about it.
Yeah. So I don't know if this bill will actually become law. Um, I was reading that it probably will, but not at a $3 trillion budget. They were looking more around a $1 trillion or 1.5.
I mean, still, that's trillions of dollars, and you figure we already have about 6 trillion into it. You know, another 3.5. That's almost $10 trillion.
I mean, think about it, y'all. I said this in a couple other podcasts way back when. The debt is just an idea. Like, it's just a number. It doesn't really mean anything. Like, we go to 20 billion and trillion in debt, and like, does it really affect us? Because we won't be able to pay it back regardless of how much we borrow.
For sure.
Just constant borrowing and constant money machine burn.
Money machine is never stopping.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like 3 trillion, 1 trillion, 2 trillion. At the end of the day, we're gonna constantly increase our national debt. And when would that time be when we actually do pay it back?
Right? And who's gonna come knocking on our door asking for money, dude? I mean, can't do that to America.
Yeah,
True.
honestly, no one's gonna do that to us. We're too strong, and our the way our economy and just the way us as a national country is to the world is just we're too powerful.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's very true. But if we weren't a military superpower like we are, we'd be getting shaken down like somebody who owes 20 million to a loan shark.
True.
Yeah, it's really frustrating actually because I'm more fiscally conservative where I want to have a balanced budget, but it's really frustrating for me because it seems like no party, Republican or Democrats, are really in favor of it. I mean, of course, right now the reason is because of the coronavirus, but even before then, the Republicans were passing insane budgets that were nowhere near balanced, and it's just really frustrating.
No, not at all. And I think that's a part of it, but I'm surprised they're even that's I'm the same opinion as Dave. I'm surprised they're even agreeing on stuff like this.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, hey, but real quick, Jeff Bezos, I heard that he might become the first trillionaire.
Yeah, by 2026 or something crazy.
Dang, that fast?
Yeah, well, it's because of how fast Amazon's growing, and I mean their stock's been going through the roof the last month or so.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
So we should have him pay at least $1 trillion of the debt back.
Yeah,
Just confiscate all his money.
that would be
That's,
some crazy treasury bonds, like actually making a dent in the debt.
I mean, yeah, I was just where it is right now. I just can't see us paying it back, or how do we even come up with a formula to even start paying it back, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's the number's just too astronomical. But
Yeah.
I mean, I know Amazon stock is going through the roof because they're doing good, but we just had a crazy ride with JCPenny today, boys. I was watching this. Their stock went up 59% today because they made a $17 million interest payment. Now, I got to say, it's Friday the 15th. I was doing the schedule earlier today, and every news source I could find was saying that JCPenney is going to end up filing for bankruptcy. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. And they said, oh no, now they're safe because they made this payment. They're going to buy themselves some more time. They might not even file for bankruptcy. And as of 3:54 p.m. Mountain Standard Time over here in the great state of Arizona, JCPenney is officially filed for bankruptcy.
It's very bizarre why they would make a payment and then file.
That's what I've been saying. It's like, why waste 17 million that you could be restructuring with?
Yeah. So you think they're kind of just going to throw the towel in and just liquidate?
They might. I know it said they were closing a couple hundred stores, but it sounds like they're going to try to keep most of them open, which is really interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Tyler? That's your store, right?
Yeah, that is my store. JCPenney, grew up with them. Always shopped there. And, they had some pretty great deals. It's kind of sad to see that they're going down like this. But on the flip side, major sales coming on. So, might have to stock up for the next 5 years, 5 to 10 years. But
Yeah.
hopefully, maybe they restructure and keep a couple stores open, and maybe down the line they come back to life.
Yeah. Kind of pull like a little Toys R Us, and just lay low for a little bit and then come back out when no one's expecting you.
Are they back?
A little bit.
Yeah.
They were opening a few stores here and there.
Is there one in Tucson? Because I always pass by one and I see a store, but I don't know if it's open or not.
I have no idea. I figured we were screwed in Arizona because we're not a major market for these companies.
That's true. Yeah, I'm looking at the aftermarket for JCPenney's, and it's down 31% about.
Oh man, a handful of people got super lucky if they're investing today.
Yeah. And remember, I talked about JCPenney a couple episodes ago, and I jokingly said it was a sleeper stock. Okay, that was a joke. You can go back and watch it. I was not serious.
No, I believe you. I was about to put Sears Holdings on there. I should have listened to you when you were saying all that about the JCPenney sleeper stock, Dave. I could have been a millionaire today.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
He's kind of a genius.
Hindsight's 2020.
I got a
Never.
quick question though.
Yeah, what's that?
So now that JCPenney is officially filing for bankruptcy, what happens to their stock?
It's probably gonna tumble or get delisted.
So, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Delisting.
Yeah, because I mean they're still trading under $1, so they're not gonna make it much longer, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been under $1 for a long time too. So I'm surprised they haven't got delisted in the
It's
past.
it's probably just because they're a big name company and all the boomers at the rating agencies love them because they grew up on that. It's the only reason they're not delisted yet.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope
Theory.
they come up with like a new business like standpoint where they kind of gear towards more online sales and like smaller stores to save money and hopefully come back to life. I'm calling it 2 years from now. They're gonna start thriving again.
Yeah,
Be
yeah,
pretty
you think
cool.
so?
I hope so. I mean, JCPenney is just it's a home name brand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Big box is having a hard time.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5", 200. Like, it's not easy finding clothes for me. So that's why I always go to actual stores to try on things.
Yeah, it's
No,
fair.
definitely. I agree with you. I don't like shopping online just because I like to try it on first for sure.
Exactly. So
Maybe Tyler's right. Maybe they can survive as a specialty store.
I think as long as they make it like a smaller store, they don't need like a 40,000, 50,000 square foot full department store. You know, I think they can do just as much sales with maybe like a 10,000 or 20,000 square foot store, cut costs on rent and extra like bills, and hopefully you turn a profit.
That's true. I'm
Mm.
really hoping they do. They're a big company. Hey Dave, let me get your opinion on this next thing. Sorrento Therapeutics say they have a working cure for COVID-19, and it says they cure. It has a 100%. Um, what's the I word? Inhibition. It has a 100% inhibition rate in 4 days.
Of the
Dr.
virus?
Dave.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, I have no idea. This is the first thing I've ever heard of it. So that's really cool though. If that is true, and I guess I'm not sure if it's been going to clinical trials or if that's just in the very early stages where they're probably testing it on cell lines.
Well, they said they did clinical trials, but it's not FDA approved because they haven't done the animal tests.
Uh huh.
And
Oh.
they're saying that because it's an antibody drug, it could provide immunity.
Yeah, I mean
So
that's kind of what immunity is. You're developing antibodies that fight against the antigen on the virus itself. It will recognize it and bind to the actual virus and cause an immune response. So, um, I mean that's interesting. I've never really actually heard of
oh gotcha.
an immunization that gives you direct antibodies. It more gives you a virus that is either inactive or less effective so that your body can kill it itself and then your body will produce beta cells that will
Fight
um,
it.
excuse me, B cells that will produce antibodies naturally.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I'm not
So you
sure.
so you think they're kind of ahead of their time, maybe?
I don't know. It's very interesting. I'm not sure if they provide you antibodies, if that will be a long term or a short term immunization,
Hmm.
because it
Okay.
because it may just only last for 12 months, and then once your antibodies are gone, then you're no longer able to produce more naturally. So,
So,
um,
so
yeah.
it could be fairly risky then by itself.
um, maybe not risky in terms of your health, but it just may not provide permanent immunity. And also, vaccines don't really provide permanent immunity. They just provide immunity for like 20 some years at least.
Oh,
Okay, that
okay.
makes sense.
Oh, so you just heard Dave call it here. We're gonna have another crash in 2020 or 20. I'm sorry, 2040.
Z20
2040.
coming out.
COVID 40. Oh God, let's hope not. That'd be horrible.
Yeah, it's like when you have to get tetanus shot. You have to get that every 10 years, I think, just because
Yeah.
your immunity wears off. And I mean, for me personally, my hepatitis immunity wore off, so I had to get revaccinated for that.
So the COVID vaccine could become a new booster shot.
Maybe. I mean,
I'll
interesting.
say there's a lot
Portions.
of there's a lot of compounding variables to the whole pandemic thing, and I know a big one we're seeing right now is in mortgages and houses. There's new data out now that says as of May 12th, 4.7 million people are in mortgage forbearance, which means that's 4.7 million people that aren't paying their mortgage at all. And that's causing a total loss of approximately $3.6 billion per month at this point. That's billion with a B. So we
Wow.
if yeah, we have 4.7 million people that if this didn't exist, they would default on their house. And speaking from my own experience, just because I'm in real estate, that's that's pretty scary for the future because if we have 4.7 million people trying to flood the market and sell all their houses, or hell, even more people than that are seeing this coming, or maybe they're heading for forbearance and they want to preempt that, we could get the market flooded with millions and millions of homes at one time this year, and then that could trigger a real estate crash by itself.
Dang. I wonder how that number compares against the '08 numbers. foreclosures.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because these aren't foreclosures. This is forbearance,
Oh,
which,
okay.
yeah, which what the banks do is they take whatever money you're owing them now for the mortgage payments and they'll tack it on to the back of the balance of your mortgage. So you would have to get that paid off when you sell the house or just start paying it down at some point. Or some of them are giving you the option to just pay it off when you get the money after the pandemic. But still, that's, I mean, if you're not paying your mortgage right now for 2 3 months and your work's being affected, I mean, how are you going to be able to pay your mortgage for the rest of the year when this is over?
Yeah, that's true. Because a lot of people are going to lose their jobs even if things go back to normal. A lot of companies have taken big hits and that they're not going to be willing to hire a lot of people. So that could definitely affect the market and causing a potential crash. You know, a lot of houses going on for sale.
Hmm.
It's going to lower the prices on everything, saturate the market, and then cause a crash.
Yeah, I mean, it's horrible to think about, but I think it's right around the corner here. So I think it's prudent if everyone starts making safe investments
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
2020.
scary.
into
Yeah, it
real
is.
estate. I know, yeah, it could happen this year. It could be worse than 2008.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you hear about do you know much about the CLOs, stands for collateral loan obligations?
Uh, yeah, or like collateralized debt obligations.
Yeah, apparently CLOs are the new school. The
Yeah,
CDOs.
yeah, it's a new opportunity type package, and it's the same it's the same package of mortgage bonds that are subprime or rated below. I think it's triple B. So those are super risky, but still got investors buying those. So, and the federal government's also starting to buy some of those, which is getting a little risky. That's how they've been
Interesting.
staving this off for a little longer. But when they stop doing that, banks are going to be having a bad time, and so are homeowners for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna read more up on that. I read it a little bit today, but I wasn't quite fluent in the material.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'd love to read some more material about that. I mean, I'm super into it just because of my job in real estate, but it's definitely possible, and there's a lot more rigging of the housing than people would think.
Yeah.
yeah, and also for all the viewers out there, if you do have a substantial amount of savings or income, it might be a good time to buy in the forthcoming future,
Yeah,
especially where a crash happens.
yeah, maybe in the next few months you might be able to pick up a steal on a house if you're careful.
True.
That's what I'm saying. Make sure you call me to set you up with that. I sell investment properties. Send me a message on Anchor or Instagram.
Yeah, we do more than just stocks. We help sell houses too,
That's right. That's right.
and custom shoes.
And custom shoes and medical advice.
And Matt, yeah, Dr. Dave. You know what are we gonna do without him?
Well, on the other side of the token, even though the banks are writing these bonds like crazy, Bank of America is one of the new companies that's coming out with a new innovation called the COVID-19 bond, which is for non-private hospitals that are treating COVID-19, and they've pledged so far $1 billion.
Wow, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
it's the first of its kind, and they're the only bank doing it right now. And I gotta say, I think it'll put them out ahead because maybe they're seeing something we don't related to mortgages, maybe because they're they're not getting paid for all their loans that they've been doing for people's homes. Maybe this is their way of diversifying, and we're just no one's seen it coming yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I did read about that too a little bit, but how does that actually make money for the bank? I don't understand.
I'm not sure. I figured it was more of a. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably more of like a donation thing.
Kind of for like publicity, sort of.
They might be. I can't figure it out unless they're doing it as a loan to, unless they're lending out the $1 billion to private hospitals.
Yeah, that would make more sense if it was, because then they would get interest on it. But I think you may be right. It's more of just a charity event essentially. Well, not a charity event, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like they're giving, which is great. I'm glad that they're helping out, but it makes me wonder why every bank wouldn't be doing that. Like I wonder what their angle is. Not to be cynical or diminish anything about this horrible pandemic, but it does make you wonder.
Definitely,
Well, I
definitely.
mean, think about it. Let's say that they're giving money to hospitals or funding groups to find a cure or a vaccine for the virus. And let's say one of those companies does find that vaccine. Well, Bank of America is going to come in and kind of take the spotlight, and from that, it
Yeah.
could cause their stocks to go up, or give them some type of an incentive from the government or medical world, and then that's where they make their money.
Or maybe they're collecting royalties on it if something happens.
Yeah, you see, like there's so many ways. You never know. We'll see what happens with them.
Yeah, I hope they're just doing it out of a goodwill thing, but it makes me suspicious.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to a good cause, but at the end of the day, they're a business, and every business has some type of way of making money out of it.
Yep, or you don't survive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
money talks. Money.
Money does. I mean, $1 billion, like you'd better be getting something in return. As bad as it sounds, banks don't like banks don't mess around with their money.
It's true. It's true. It's a harsh reality. Hey, a lot of these big winners and big losers aren't messing around either. So, what do you think we should do, boys?
Yeah, let's spin it. Let's get
Let's
it.
let's hit that intro right now.
Let's hit it, boys.
Oh man, I'm really excited about the first one today. If you
Oh
don't mind, I
my.
want to do the honors
Go for it,
because
Austin.
because I'm personally invested in this company. We got Aurora Cannabis. Yes, the very same Aurora Cannabis that did the 12-to-1 split, the one that we're personally invested in. 68.67. I'm gonna say that again because it sounds nice. 68.67% gains in one day.
Dang.
Major flex.
I know, one of Canada's biggest weed producers. They've just been going up, and a lot of the other weed stocks were up today, like Canopy and Tilray, and
Mhm.
the other Canadian weed companies. But I'm I'm so proud of them. They really. I was reading up about it. They really cut costs and did the restructuring in a way that was sustainable, and they're coming out on the other side of it. Hopefully, I mean, knock on wood.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just excited because now I won't have to go into debt over Aurora Cannabis.
could be a new opportunity to invest in.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Tyler, I would pick some up for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll definitely look into it, and maybe during one of my weekly challenge videos. For any of those that don't know, we made a challenge video. Hopefully it'll be up soon. Check that next week. And I'll put that on the wheel, and maybe I'll land on it and get a couple shares.
Hell yeah, there you go.
Yeah, fun fact about Aurora Cannabis. It is the most popularly owned stock on the stock trading app Robinhood.
Is it really?
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Probably because before last week it was trading for like 70 cents and it was weed and people just got excited.
True.
No, I think it was once the IPO came out, people went crazy. They were like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah, I mean I bought the IPO also, so I can't say I'm totally off the hook there.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's something new to the market that's no one has really ever seen before.
Yeah, and it was doing great, and I was a dumbass and I should have sold it for $10 when I had the chance.
Wow, $10 to what is it now? Like $70, 70 cents?
Yeah, well, and then the whole reverse stock split, so like I'm still down on it, but hey, 68% is crazy. I haven't seen that in a while. I didn't think I was going to come out the other side of this one.
Yeah, I hope that happens to USO soon so we can sell and move on from that.
Oh,
Are
me
you
too.
close to breaking
Me
even
too.
in Aurora?
Yeah, I'm pretty close, thankfully. So, I mean, knock on wood, they don't go down anymore.
Monday it comes out. Oh, sorry, because I think they
Typo.
posted like some kind of not earnings, but they were saying like their customer was increasing or something, right?
Yeah,
Or
it was the new measures that they're taking to restructuring of the company back on track with the financials. But yeah, they were also talking about improving the customer experience.
It's like they come out on Monday. They're saying, "Oopsies, that was a typo. Things are not good at all."
So
Well,
like
do we say positive 68%? Oh, we meant negative 68%.
Aurora Cannabis has just filed for bankruptcy. Everyone's like, what?
Aurora Cannabis is now doing a reverse 20-to-1 stock split.
Again, they haven't even finished clearing the 12-to-1 yet. They're already splitting it again. Dude, what if that's like back in 2008, how when Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy, that was the thing that like sent the stock market to the very bottom. What if what if Aurora Cannabis filing for bankruptcy tanks the Dow Jones tomorrow like 10,000 points?
That'd be
Or Monday. That'd be so funny.
Yeah, little do
I've
you know,
definitely had
Aurora Cannabis makes up at least 50% of the Downs.
Imagine, dude, that'd be horrible. It's a risky gamble for sure.
yeah.
Buy more on Monday. Hey, also on a gambling note, DraftKings is up 15.49% today, which is a very popular sports betting website if you don't know. I don't know why, but I'm assuming it's because everyone's stuck in their house and they want to gamble, but then again, there's no sports going on.
Maybe they're just gearing up for subscriptions or like logins, because I heard baseball might be coming back, and talks of sports coming back overall is within the next couple months or next month or two.
Oh, that's true. They also had a UFC fight the other day too.
Yeah, they did in Florida, Jacksonville.
Yeah, they did. I know you can bet on crazy things like the weather now. I saw a news article about that.
Really?
Wait,
Yeah.
shut up. You
Yeah,
can?
dude. Yeah, because there's no sports going on, so the people are letting you bet on the weather.
Stop. All right, for all the viewers at home,
I'm dead serious.
for all the viewers at home, if you guys want us to do a kind of like a side video of us betting on the weather or any crazy things on DraftKings, let us know, and we might have to pull one out there.
Wait, that's interesting. So, do you bet on the temperature, like the high, the low,
yeah,
the
they'll
sun?
do. I think so. I haven't looked at it, but I heard they'll do money lines for like a range of temperatures and also like if it's gonna rain or be sunny or cloudy. It's so stupid.
Oh, I definitely bet on sunny in Arizona.
What about like
in
humidity
Italy.
rate? Yeah.
Bet on rain in Arizona. It's like 1,000,000 to 1 payout.
Oh man, I'd do everything I could. I'd call the weatherman and be like, "Hey man, you got that climate changing thing on you? Like, run it. I need a rainy day."
Insider trading for
Instead of
betting
trading.
on the weather. Yeah, there was a popular company in the 90s and early 2000s that had a lot of corruption that went out of business. It was called Enron. I don't know if you guys heard of them, but
I've heard of them. Yeah.
yeah, it was a bunch of stock fraud, and they eventually started getting so crazy and brazen that they were the original ones to start offering betting on the weather.
We're definitely gonna make a video doing this
right before they went out of business. Yeah, that'd be so funny. We should do that. On another note, kind of related to betting on the weather, Canada Goose Holdings down 7.15%. One of the biggest losers of the day, but not too bad of a loss. Big Canadian outdoor clothing company, mostly for harsher Canadian weather of that nature. It makes sense. No one's leaving their house, but I would think people might be stocking up for winter while everything's cheap, you know?
But is that 7.15% in Canadian percentage, or what's the conversion rate? Is it like
Canadian
The
percent?
Canadian percentage
what's the
conversion.
conversion rate from the U.S. market to Canadian market? Is it like
You take
20?
the Canadian percentage and you divide it by 3 and then multiply it by the square root of pi.
It's 4 million
Oh,
to
so we're
1.
looking at around like 27 Canadian negative.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh my God.
Oh man.
And then
Big hit.
last but not least, Comerica Incorporated. I got the ticker wrong on there. That's my bad. But it's Banks and Financial. They're popular here in Arizona, and they're also in Florida and parts of California. Down 4.82%, even though, you know, I think they'd be making money with the paycheck protection loans and all that, you know?
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see
Maybe
how it
not.
goes for them. Maybe
Yeah.
are they a smaller banking institute?
Yeah, it's more of a boutique thing.
Probably that's why not as many people are going towards them, going towards the bigger banks, and that's why they're losing customers.
Exactly. We got a big bank on our sleeper stocks of the day. If you guys want to do that.
Oh, oh, didn't
Oh,
have didn't make a sleeper
oh,
stock.
oh, that's
Oh.
sleeper stock because we're all asleep. We don't even have a slide for it if you're watching on YouTube. That's all right. First one we got up, we got Goldman Sachs. They're a big sleeper. Their stock's decently affordable for a major bank, but they just acquired a smaller wealth management company called Folio. It's been operating for about 20 years, so their stock's going way up today because that's an important part of owning a bank because now they have uh, a company that can, they have an arm of Goldman Sachs that can do wealth management, and they also have stock trading. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, expanding their horizons.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they got big gains potential.
Bringing everything in house so they don't have to outsource. That's
Mhm.
smart.
And
Outsourcing takes a lot of money.
yeah, hella. And they back the Apple credit card too. Goldman. It's a
Oh,
Goldman card.
That's cool.
that's
You guys
cool.
have the Apple credit card? That thing looks kind of cool, like the actual Apple credit card.
Yeah, it does. I have a buddy that has it, and I was thinking about getting it just because you get something crazy like 3% back on Apple products.
Wow, that's not
Apple,
bad.
if you're listening, you can sponsor us for that one.
I
Sponsor
think it
Melt's
just looks
Stockton.
cool. Like I would get it just to look at it.
Yeah, they're heavy. Like I'm not gonna lie. The big black cards or diamond cards that they always
Yeah.
advertise in like movies and stuff that all the cool like dudes have. Yeah, it's one of those. It's
All the
heavy.
cool guys have.
All the all
The
the
big ballers
all the rad ballers.
All the Chads and Shads.
and Big
it's
Gauchos
it's a
one
Chad
day.
card, but it's really cool. I'm considering getting one. And then what else do we got? We got Lamar Outdoor Advertising. They're a big billboard and outdoor media company, like bus shelters and benches and all that. They're pretty much everywhere. They're a big national chain, but they've dropped off since this pandemic hit. Not a lot of businesses want to spend money advertising if they can't even be open.
Mm-hmm.
True. I mean, yeah, it is. It's tough to get people in. Even if they're open, it's hard to get that fear out of their systems. It takes time.
Yes, sir. That's right. So
Definitely.
I think that's a good one to buy the dip on for sure.
Is that the billboard you bought your advertisement with back in the day?
No, this is another sponsored, not sponsored. I used Yesco advertising. I used their digital billboards, but
Okay.
Lamar does digital ones like that too, so it's very similar.
We should
Okay.
definitely get a billboard.
Oh, that'd be so funny. I'll
That
set it
actually be
up.
pretty cool. That'd be really cool.
I'll
Big
set it up,
Gauchos.
dude. Yeah, we can do it.
Is it pricey to get one?
No, Yesco makes buying digital billboard space affordable. For a limited
Yes.
time, you can check out Yesco. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah,
Not sponsored
go check
yet.
them out. They're honestly really affordable. That's how I did it for my business. And finally, PaySign, which is prepaid credit cards and merchant services, pretty similar to PayPal. They've been around since the 90s. They're super established, and they're currently trading around $5 a share. So
Wow.
if you wanna pick them up while they're on the up and up, saddle on up, buckle up, buy your stock up.
I love it. Bars.
Bars.
Spitting bars, yeah.
I think
That's cool.
I think I'm gonna buy some Goldman on Monday if I'm being real.
What are they at right now?
Let me look. Let me see what they closed at today. 171.87 a share. They're actually
Ooh.
down a little over 2%,
Wow,
which is crazy because they peaked at 249 a share in January, and they're pretty consistently leveled off between 210 and $230. So there's a lot of potential if you start to buy in right now.
yeah, they had a red day today, down $2.
Yeah, so I'm
Could
I'm I'm definitely gonna pick some up.
Yeah, definitely could be a good opportunity for all those that are listening.
I
Goldman
think
Sachs is a buy.
That's right. It's on the buy list.
Yep, and then probably gonna add that to the wheel.
Oh yeah, that's a great one to have. Almost blue chip. And I'm going to use all the money that I got from our next sponsor to buy all of that Goldman stock on Monday. Can you boys guess who the sponsor is? I know it's tricky.
Um,
Oh man, that's a hard one.
who do we have today? Who do you think, Tyler? What do you think?
I
I
don't
think it
know.
starts with an A.
A Anchorage,
Anch-
Alaska.
Anchor. We got Anchor on the
Oh,
list.
Anchor. Oh, of
Anchor.
course, Anchor.
Yeah, Anchor, we love you. All right, hit it. Thanks again, Anchor. You make
Always a pleasure
you
having you.
you make our stock buying addiction a reality. You make it possible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, what are we thinking on Monday? Kanal's kind of smoking us right now. Dave and I are still behind with 3. Tyler's in second place at 4. Kanal's winning 6 points.
All right. Well,
You know,
Monday.
I just want to say this. I predict with my heart. Canal, he predicts with his brain.
Yeah,
We do.
Kanal has way more knowledge of this stuff. We don't know how, but
We
No,
do.
he's really smart because what he does is he waits for us to predict, and then he makes his prediction such that he has the highest margin of error.
oh yeah, you're right. All right, here we're not gonna send them until until Monday morning, like right before it opens. So he has to pick a number.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. I won't send the message until Sunday night.
Well, no, we'll literally send it like 1 minute before the market opens. Just so he has no idea what to do.
Why can't we just send it right after he gives us his number?
Well, we'll see if he does that. But if he doesn't, we'll do it 1 minute before the market opens, and then
It's like
Okay.
today
he'll do it
when
a
I
minute after, so it doesn't count.
yeah, no, it's like today when I got up at like 3 in the morning and said my prediction.
That's so true. All right, so what do we think? Assuming he doesn't listen to this when it comes out tomorrow morning.
Dow closed at 23,685. It was a minor green day. Majority of the day was red.
That's true.
If any good news comes out within the next 2 days, I'm predicting a red day. But um, based off of the bounce that we had at the last 10 minutes, I think we're foreshadowing a little bit of a green day. So I'm gonna say 23,800.
That was a crazy bounce at the end too.
It was, and I was really sad because I thought I was gonna win.
Interesting. All right, check this
Okay.
out.
Yeah, Dave, you go ahead.
We hear that the Heroes Act plan is going to pass the Senate unanimously,
No way.
and then Mr. Trump is going to put the stamp of approval on it,
There's no way.
and that's good news. So that means the Dow is going to crash to about 5,000 points.
You really want that to be the case?
My thoughts exactly.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, but in all seriousness, I think it's going to go up. See, Tyler said 23,800.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, Tyler, you're writing these down. Just don't send them to Canal.
Yeah, I got
All right, sweet.
I think we'll have a minor green day like we did today. So I'll say 23,750.
Wow, you're cutting it pretty close to me.
Yeah, I like to be next to my big gauchos.
Love
Oh,
that. What are you feeling, Asti?
well, I'm thinking along the same lines as Dave is, seeing as how the bill passing would be good news, but it's also a lot of spending. It's hard because it's good news. That means the market's going to go down, but it's also spending a bunch of money and ruining our country forever. So that should mean that it's bad news and it'll go up. but but overall, we haven't closed red since we did the podcast on Monday. So I'm gonna say a little bit of a dip. My heart's telling me 23.6.
23.6 hundo. We're all basically around there. Also, for the next episode, I think I have a theory on why good news brings the market down and why bad news brings the market up. So tune in next time for that.
Heck yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited to hear that.
Yeah, I am too. Oh wait, I wanna make a revision. I wanna say 23.5.
All right, got you.
So a little bit more of a drop.
No, actually, no, 23.6. I gotta stick with what I know. That's the final answer. I won't change it. I'm sorry.
All right, 23.6.
All right, perfect. Well, I think those are solid predictions. Kanal, if you're listening to this, we know your secrets. We should text him tonight and make him pick before the episode comes out.
We'll see what happens.
Nah,
If he's still awake.
All right, we'll see. Hey, thanks for listening, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the show. Remember, leave us a video message on anchor.fm/gauchos or biggauchos.com if you want to send in an investing tip, and we might play it on the show. Tyler, do your thing.
All right, guys, just a quick disclaimer that we are not licensed brokers and that everything on this podcast / YouTube video is our opinions and everything's based off our knowledge and our experiences. So we hope you guys invest safely and that we are not liable for any losses, but we hope that you do make some money. So invest safely, Big Gauchos.
Yes, sir. That's right. On that note, oh, my eye. Big good night from Arizona. We hope you made some money today, and we'll see you on Monday.
And make sure to
See you
like and
Monday.
subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe, you too. And we out.
Hey, how about on Monday? Let's do some talking about CLOs. Let's do some reading over the weekend and come back prepared because I think that's really interesting stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Prepare for the crash.